Here's a good thing out here by the sidewalk. What we have is on the right hand side you have the TIF 419 Bermuda, and on the left you have where we start the Xeon Zoysia, and one is a really much taller grass than the other, of course, as you can see that. But an overview of the Bermuda grass. And keep in mind, this is really healthy. I don't know if you can tell it as well in the video, but there's no weeds in this lawn. It's coming out of dormancy. Some of it's greened up already, but there's some of it that's still dormant. If you come over to the Zoysia, we have more. It's a lot greener than the Bermuda is, and some people think that Zoysias don't come out of dormancy as fast as Bermuda, and I would say sometimes. It depends on the type of Zoysia, and also how much fertilizer is out there and how you guys are mowing it and taking care of it. So most of the time this Zoysia grasses are always going to look greener, they're always going to look healthier. Let's come up to the side here, and we have a little bit of a barrier between lawns here. They have a little drain put in here. You see the French drain that was put in, but it's a great barrier between the two lawns. Now they don't look incredibly different. So if I had maybe a half a lawn that was shaded and half a lawn that was in the sun, and my TIF 419 was doing healthy in the sun, I might go ahead and just leave that there if I want to save some bucks and not replace the whole lawn. This is the TIF 419 on the right hand side and the Zoysia on the left. So you can tell they look pretty darn close. They're not that big of a deal to mix the two. The Zoysia is just going to be thicker, healthier. You can grow it shorter, cut it shorter, and it's more shade tolerant. This lawn is in full sun, so you can tell that Zoysia grows great in full sun. It grows great in the shade as well. I always like to get a nice close-up here. Check this out. Good thing about Zoysia lawns, I think, I love the fine blades. You can cut it with a normal, conventional homeowner's lawnmower. You can cut it with a putting green mower to make it even sharper. I know for a fact this guy cuts it with just a normal mower that you could get over at the Home Depot or something like that. So, great lawn. You can tell it's more or less weed-free. The shorter you cut it, the more likelihood that you'll get a weed, because it kind of opens up the Zoysia doesn't have as likelihood of a chance to choke things out when it's so short. But you can't really argue with how awesome this lawn is. Looks like he's got this up here. Do you see that dead stuff? Somebody put the wrong kind of chemicals on it or something up here. That somebody burned it out. So don't look at that and think that that's a normal thing up there. That's somebody picked the wrong chemical. You know what? It might even be stained. They might have stained the fence and spilled a whole bunch of it, and I'm sure he's not too happy. But anyways, back to the yard. Looking awesome. All right. Well, that's it. That is another awesome Zoysia lawn. How are you guys doing? Oh, I'm in a thunderstorm. I'm about to head in the house in just a second. Okay, but I wanted you guys to see this real quick. And in the alleyway, I have two opposing lawns. On my left, your right side over here, I have Zoysia, and over here, I have a what is this? This is a common Bermuda grass. Both of them are starting to green up really nice, as you can see. And we're going to take a little closer look. And today is, what is this, like May the 9th. You can see that Zoysia is awesome and green. Really brilliant, and it's just going to get greener and nicer. And then, obviously, the same thing for the Bermuda grass. Bermuda grass is just a little bit thinner, but actually this lawn is really healthy for common Bermuda grass this time of year. Okay, so what you want to look at is close to the edgings here. See how it's pretty, it's a little bit thin, but this is actually a pretty healthy Bermuda lawn. But when we talk about the Zoysia grass, just look how thick and awesome it is over here. And we got people trying to drive by and say, what's this guy doing about all this? I'm just a grass nut, people. So, oh, and she lives here, doesn't she? That's funny. Okay, so this is awesome grass. I love this grass. Look at it, it's early spring or late spring, and the grass is perfectly healthy. If it were me, I'm a nut, I would get out a putting green mower and mow this grass. It looks so good. So